Hi everyone, welcome back to Ukulele Beginners with me, Matt Stead. In this video, we're going to talk about something quite contentious and something I'm very passionate about. I'm going to give you all of the reasons why you should not learn strum patterns as a beginner. And on a more positive and empowering note, I'm going to tell you that you already have everything you need to play excellent ukulele rhythm. Rhythm is arguably the most important element of ukulele playing. We tend to think of rhythm as when we're playing chords. But of course, rhythm can also apply to melodies. Listen to two melodies two different ways. Both very different, and that was made possible entirely due to rhythm. Now, in my opinion, one of the most amazing things we can do as ukulele beginners is to harness the power of that rhythm, to learn to play in time and use rhythm constructively, rather than obsessing whether I'm on an up or a down strum or a muted chunk and all that kind of thing. Learning strum patterns as a beginner is a bit like taking a car on the motorway before you've even learned how to use the pedals. Now, you may or may not be able to tell by the white hairs on my beards that I've been teaching ukulele a long time. And sadly, one of the worst pitfalls I see beginners fall into is obsessing with strum patterns. In fact, it's one of the biggest reasons for beginners just jacking it all in and giving up, which is such a shame when this ukulele can bring so much joy to people's lives. So why do I think strum patterns are such a bad thing for beginners? Well, first of all, they're a distraction from the more important things you need to learn straight away. Building up that muscle memory between playing chords. Learning to play in time. Learning about rhythms and time signatures and melody playing. There are so many things that are more crucial to your learning the ukulele than obsessing about whether you're strumming up and down. I absolutely promise. Learning strum patterns too early can be really discouraging for beginners, and it can build up tension in their playing. The ukulele can be a beautiful, relaxed instrument, and I want you to really enjoy the simple, beautiful tone of the ukulele without becoming tense and thinking, am I on an up or a down? Relax and enjoy it. And those little things that I've been teaching you are far more important than worrying about an up and a down strum. And strum patterns can make your playing really boring and predictable. Now, let's turn that into a positive. I don't mean to be mean, I mean the exact opposite. I want you to fall in love with this instrument and get the best possible sound of it. I want you to enjoy making brilliant rhythms and brilliant dynamics. And I want others to enjoy that love of the ukulele as well. I once went to see a ukulele band perform, and they played the brilliant disco song, That's the Way I Like It. They sat down very seriously and started playing, That's the way, aha, aha, I like it, aha, aha. They'd brilliantly performed that song to the strum pattern exactly as the teacher had taught them. But they'd completely forgotten about the much more important element, rhythm. That's the way, aha, aha, I like it, aha, aha. And again, on a more positive note, these strum patterns are often not needed. Sometimes the most simplest rhythmic device is actually more efficient and nicer to listen to than a strum pattern. For instance, that song I was just playing, That's the Way I Like It. If I just do a couple of down strums, okay, it's not perfect disco, but that's the way, aha, aha, I like it, aha, aha. That's the way, aha, aha, I like it. To my ears, that's much more preferable than a constant, that's the way, aha, aha, I like it, aha, aha. Often less is more. This is really applicable when we're playing ballads. Take Fly Me to the Moon. Oftentimes people play this as a kind of dreamy ballad. Have a listen to this. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Just simple down strums, right? To my ears, much more preferable to fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars is how it's often taught. One more thing before I go on to the really exciting bit and empowering bit where I show you that you already have the tools to play brilliant rhythmic ukulele. Yes, you already. One last thing that can be detrimental with strum patterns, and that is when we play a strum pattern over an entire song. It can absolutely kill all the dynamics of a song. One of the worst crimes that I see some intermediate and advanced players do, and I include myself in this in the past, so no one's immune, is to play the same thing over the verses and the chorus of a song. Here's an example using 5'2" Eyes of Blue. Here's using one strum pattern over the whole thing. 5'2" eyes of blue, but oh what those 5 foot could do. Does anybody see my girl? Now if you run into a 5'2" covered with now that bit's the chorus, but you'd hardly know because there's no dynamic difference between that and the verse. Now the way I'm going to teach you is going to allow you to do what I do next, not thinking about ups and downs, more thinking about rhythm. I'm going to play the same thing, in fact very similar to the verse, but when I get to the chorus, notice the difference. 5'2" eyes of blue, but oh what those 5 foot could do. Does anybody see my girl? Here it comes. Now if you run into 5'2" covered with just by changing that rhythm in the chorus and just adding down strums, suddenly it becomes way more interesting. Now you're probably wondering, what on earth is he banging on about saying I can do all these brilliant rhythmic things without strum patterns? Well, I'm about to show you. Now basically, there are 3 things we can do on the ukulele when we're strumming. We can strum down, we can strum down and up, and we can not strum at all. That's it. We'll get onto things like muting much later on in the course, but generally when we're strumming, we're either going down, we're going down and up, or we're not playing at all. Now, we've already done all 3 of those things. Remember when we learnt Singing in the Rain the first time? We just did down strums. Singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. Then, when we look back at strumming and teaching you how to strum, we did it with down and up strums, down and up. Singing in the rain. And what did we do when we got to the end? We stopped. So you can already do all 3 things. Okay, now we're going to do something cool. Turn your ukulele upside down. We're not going to damage the ukulele, don't worry, but we're going to lightly tap on the back. First of all, I'd like you to copy this rhythm. Walk, 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 walk. 1, 2, 3, 4. And say the word walk out loud or in your head as we tap along. Walk, 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 walk. Excellent. Okay, now this time, practice playing along with me with this rhythm. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now to help you with this, I want you to say the word running out loud or in your head as you tap. Running, 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 running. Brilliant. Now remember in the last video I said that playing music is like counting in chunks of 4, and for most time signatures that we're going to use in this beginner's course that's going to be the case. Sometimes we'll play a waltz where we only count to 3, but most times it's going to be to 4. Now notice as I count to 4 you can fit 4 of the word runnings in. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Running, 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 running. Or I can fit 4 walks in. Remember, I'm not tapping on the ands when I'm doing my walks. Walk, 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 walk. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So the walks represent a simple down strum. Let's play a C7 chord and copy after me after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Walk, 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 walk. 1, 2, 3, 4. Walk, 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 walk. 1, And the runnings represent a down and up strum, but I don't want you to even think about down and up. I just want you to strum up and down and count the word running, 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 running. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and running, 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 running. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now it can take a bit of practice to get good at that, but if you can play with those two rhythms, you can do all sorts of brilliant things with your strum. And basically strum patterns are a mixture of either running or walking or having a little gap in between. To show you the power of this, let's imagine we're going to do those 4 beats over and over again. Let me show you how you can just add a mixture of these to create a really lovely rhythm. So first of all, let's play walk, 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 just tapping with our hands after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Walk, 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 walk. Fantastic. Now let's count walk, running, running, running. Follow me, I'll do a few. 1, 2, 3, 4. Walk, running, running, running. Brilliant. 2, 3, 4. Walk, running, running, running. Walk, running, running, running. Walk, running, running, running. Walk, running, running, running. Now, this is the exact kind of thing I don't want you to get too mixed up in, but I'm just showing you how empowering this can be. Finger a C7 chord, we could do that with our strum pattern. I don't care whether you're on an up or a down strum, as long as you're strumming with that rhythm. I'm going to start on a down strum and I'll show you what I mean. 2, 3, 4. Walk, running, running, running. Walk, running, running, running. Walk, running, running, running. Walk, running, running, running. There we've got a new rhythm, just like that. I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. Now, if you can do that, and it can take some practice, there are endless possibilities with the rhythms we can do on the uke, just by combining walks and runnings in different orders. I'll give you an example. I'm just going to show you on the back of the uke first of all. Instead of walk, running, 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 I could have walk, walk, running, running, walk, walk, running, running, walk, walk, running, running. I could have a really unusual one. I could have walk, walk, running, walk, 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 running, walk, 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 running, walk. That's quite a powerful rhythm, that one, isn't it? I could have running, 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 walk, running, 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 walk. It's literally just a combination of those two rhythms, and you can use it in your ukulele playing. Let's give you some examples. Again, let's use that C7 chord. Let's try walk, walk, running, running. And I don't want you to care about whether you're on an up or a down, but I'm going to start with a down. Walk, walk, running, running, walk, walk, running, running, walk, walk, running, running. Or I could have walk, walk, running, walk, 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 running, walk, 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 running, walk, 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 running, walk, 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 running, walk. So what I'd like you to do is have an experiment. I'm going to play through Singing in the Rain, just using down strums on a simple rhythm. You can play over the top using your rhythms, a mixture of those walks and runnings. And just like that, you'll soon see that you can start experimenting with rhythms straight away without worrying whether you're on an up or a down strum. Let's give it a go. Come in with me after 4 and experiment to your heart's content. If you go wrong, doesn't matter. And remember what I said earlier, sometimes just a down strum is the most beautiful. So I don't want you to stress this. Just enjoy it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm singing in the rain. Just singing in the rain. What a wonderful feeling, I'm happy again. I'm laughing at clouds so dark up above, but the sun's in my heart and I'm ready for love. So let the stormy clouds chase everyone from the place. Come on with the rain, I've a smile on my face. I walk down the lane with a happy refrain, and I'm singing and dancing in the rain. So I want you to play over the top of that song a few times using your own combinations of walking and running. So you could do walk, walk, running, walk, 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 running, walk, or running, 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 walk, running, 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 walk, or walk, running, 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 walk, running, running, running. The possibilities are endless. Now you might be thinking, well, yeah, but what's the best one? Which drum pattern should I use for singing in the rain? That's the whole point. It's up to you. This is the brilliant thing. You need to find which rhythm sounds best to your ears and stick with it. And that's what makes music interesting. We don't want everyone playing the same thing the same way all the time. I hope you found that really enlightening. Now, please don't take this as an arrogant or a patronising thing at all, because I was a beginner once and I want everyone to play in the best way they possibly can. And I fell into the pitfall of obsessing over strum patterns, and it really threw me off my track and discouraged me. And I don't want you to do the same thing. I want you to really, really enjoy your ukulele playing. So strum patterns, we'll talk about them later, but for now, scrunch them up, chuck them in the bin, and enjoy playing rhythmically.